some time on HTML. In that, some feature of HTML4 I'll cover, some feature of HTML5 I'll cover. Again, once you go in CSS, then CSS 2 and 3 both will come. Along with that, some feature from HTML5 will come. Again, once you come in JavaScript, then feature of HTML5 will come. So HTML5 have many features that is not only based on HTML. Okay, some feature is based on this one, called as a CSS. If you have CSS, then only that feature will be useful. Else no meaning. Another one, some feature of HTML5 is based on JavaScript. So I have both the combination 4 and 5 both will cover. Will guide you both one by one step by step. Okay, so first we are going to make few notes. The true fact about the HTML. After that, a person who writes the HTML code, he say, I have a knowledge on HTML. Indirectly, what he knows. Okay. And when you write HTML tag, what you will write and how you will write. Correct? So that is the main point question to understand. So I have made overall 6 rule regulation for every developer. Whether you are 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 20 years, n number of years developer you are. If you are working on web technology, so from HTML, that rule regulation will be always with you. You will never leave it. You have to follow that. Okay. So those 6 points will make a note. After making a note for the 6 points, I will create one example today and I will show you the based on rule regulation, which note will example will create. It will fit or not. Then from next class onwards, you will be following with me. You will be follow me, and we will create example to the topic wise. We'll create example. We'll make a note, create example, and make the note. Okay. So today notes will be much theory part in that. So you will write under the notebook or anywhere wherever you feel comfortable. Next class, once we start using the system, then we will create file like this. You can see I have created a file developer guide. So in developer guide text file, now suppose HTML we are going to learn. So HTML related all theories will write in this HTML developer guide. Once we come in CSS, then CSS related all theory notes will write under the CSS developer guide. So that way you will have HTML developer guide separate, question answer, CSS developer guide separate, question answer with some multiple things. Again, Bootstrap developer guide, JavaScript. For every technology, you will have one text file in that you will be writing the notes. Okay. Because in notebook, how long you can write and how many lines you can write? 10 line, 20 line, 50 line. Correct? What about 500 lines? You can't write, no? So for that, we have to write the code in the system only. Okay. So for some notes, some theory, even notebook is also required. You can follow it. But from tomorrow, we'll write the notes under the system. Okay. Not tomorrow, next class, whenever it will. Okay. So this data flow diagram of web technology, I have explained you in this photo. Right, in that shape wise, you should not worry why this shape is like this, why this shape can be anything. It's just to understand the flow, how the flow is going to happen. Okay, that was the target to identify. Next, I will come to developer guide, and from here, okay, so for everyone, if you can understand this photo and see this photo, in that, what do you think? HTML should be first or CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, what should be the first?
HTML.
Right. Even the people who call here info campus for course inquiry, we have trained the counselor, ask them, they know HTML, they know CSS, then start from JavaScript. If you know JavaScript, then start from the React. Okay, but if you don't know HTML, then you have to start from HTML. Which point you don't know, you start from there. Many batches are there, whichever the time fit for. Okay. Right. So let me come to the developer guide, and from internet you might have seen so many type of definition on this line. It's called hypertext markup language, correct? That is a full form. Full form of HTML is called hypertext markup. Correct? Yeah, so everyone will say hypertext markup language. Even I will also say my hypertext markup language. But as a developer, when you are going to write the HTML code, right? What is required for you? I don't know who wrote HTML and when wrote, but I know what is inside and how to use that. Okay? History, I don't know who started, when I started, okay? But I know what is inside and how to use and where to use, when to use. Okay? That is the task of which one? Developer. And people will ask interview also question, You're not going to answer from the book. You're not going to answer the definition from the internet. Okay, your answer will be in different style. Answer with example, theory with example. One line theory as per example. After saying the theory as per example, I do like this, I do like this, I do like this. Person will understand, oh, you have written the code. Correct. See one call. Hello. Yes, hello. Yeah, I can hear. Go ahead. Tell me, sir. Okay, so I will ask other person to call you. Tell me your name. Okay, you will get a call. Wait for 5 minutes. Okay, so okay. So theory not required to remember much. Once we'll get the practical knowledge, automatically you can make your own theory. Okay, if you get the practical knowledge, then no need to give the book answer from the book. You can make your own theory automatically on the spot. No need to remember the theory also on the spot. If anyone asks the question, maybe 4 or 5 words you can say the answer as a theory, and after that you can say as per example, I do like this, I do like this, I do like this. They will understand how you have practical knowledge. Okay, that is required. So let's move. Now to come to the practical knowledge, some few points are important. When we are going to write the HTML code, we need to know some theories also. Okay, so definitely hypertext markup language you can write. Okay, hypertext markup. Now, what is the speciality of this hypertext markup language? Okay, it is the one language that you can see in the photo. It is one language here that deal with the browser. Okay. If you want to take some kind of input from user and display the output to user, Java is not going to help you directly. Python is not going to help. You have learned Python, right? So in Python, you can display anything in the browser without HTML code? No. Similar way, I am from the Node.js background, PHP background. So I never write any code that displays the output in the browser directly. Okay, to take the input and to display the output, this language is required. Which one? That is called HTML. So if anyone asks from today, what is the meaning of, you say hypertext markup language. If anyone asks what is the meaning of hypertext markup language, can you explain it? So you can say those language that is responsible to deal with the browser in the term of collect the input and in the term of to display the output. That is what is hypertext markup. Indirectly, you are explaining the HTML only, but in a structured way. Okay, right. So we will write here. You wrote hypertext markup language. Come down. Language spelling is correct. LANGOG. Okay. Now, what is inside HTML? You write here. It has collections of. It has collections of predefined tags. Predefined tags. Okay. Tag is something that we are going to study. But predefined word represent not made by us, not made by any developer. It is made by researchers who research the HTML and they manipulate it and they develop it and they integrate with the browser. Those people have made the HTML tags so that we are going to call it predefined. We are not going to call it a user defined. We are going to call it a predefined. Even we can make our own tag also after learning XML. Once we learn XML and then we learn JavaScript, XML and JavaScript will learn, and we'll learn HTML also. Then we'll make our own tag that will be called a JSX, JavaScript and XML. That's the React code. In React, we write our own code. There we can create our own tag. Okay, that will be called a JSX element. But that is a little far ahead now. We don't look at that point. Okay, we can create our own tag. Okay? So what I wrote is it has collections of predefined tags. Now then question is if it has a lot of predefined tag, what is the use of this tag? Next line, right? It used to create basic structure of web page. It used to create the basic structure of web page. Okay, basic structure of web page. Basic structure of web page. Now, when you are creating the basic structure of web page with the help of HTML tag, then indirectly, what is the target of the basic web structure? You are creating a web page. Using HTML tag, you are creating a basic web page. I have made little structure why I wrote. It used to create the basic structure of web page. Now, when you are creating the basic structure of web page, you are creating a web page. What is the purpose behind that? You want to display some information to the user, and you want to collect some information from user. Okay, that is the actual task of HTML. So we are going to write below. We have written it used to create the basic structure of web page. For what purpose? To take the input from user, to take input from user, and to display output to user. Output to user. Okay. It take input from user and to display the output to user. So we collect the input from the user with the help of HTML, and we display the output to user with the help of HTML. Okay. Right. Next, after that, so in your mind, some structure is coming on now. Where you have a web page, inside the web page, we thought, okay, there is a tags. Now, what is the use of the tag? To create the basic structure of web page. Now, when you are creating the basic web page, what is the purpose behind that web page? You want to display some information to entire world, or you want to collect the user information from entire world. That is only target, no? And that work will be done by this one. That is called HTML tags. So everything you're writing about the HTML tags only. It has collections of predefined tag, and that used to create the basic web structure. And with the help of basic web structure, we can take the input from user and we can display output to the user. Okay, right? Come down. But again, the question is, why basic structure of web page? Why can't advanced structure of web page? Okay. Yesterday, I have explained you this photo saying like HTML is sufficient to deal with the browser to send the information and correct the information. But again, user will say my expectation is different. Sometimes user will open in mobile phone. Sometimes user will open in laptop. Correct. So to fulfill the user requirement, HTML say then brother, I have little limitation. I cannot fit in all the devices. Okay. Then we have to take the help from where? CSS. The actual what is the meaning of CSS and what CSS is going to contribute? Look at here now. HTML has some limitation on a feature that is called property. Limitation on a feature called property. Okay. Since HTML have the limited property and the CSS has unlimited property. Okay. What we have in CSS? Unlimited property. What is that? Still you don't know. But assume like there is a property that is unlimited under the CSS, and that properties are missing under the HTML. But HTML have the tags. Now what we'll do? We will take the tag from HTML and we'll take the property from the CSS. Both will combine together and will fulfill the user requirement. We'll say you open in mobile also, open in tab also, open in desktop, anywhere you open no problem. HTML have HTML feature and CSS will give the property value, combine together and fulfill the requirement in all devices. Okay. Come down below. Now I'll write the HTML tags. The HTML tags has limited property value. Limited property and values. Limited property and values. Okay. Limited property and values. Now CSS is required. CSS is required to fill the limitation of property and values. Okay, maybe sentence will go a little higher there, but I'm trying to convince you. What I'm trying to say is HTML have the tags. With the help of that, you are creating the web page, and that web page will work in the browser. It will take the input and it will display the output. But since the user requirement is different, user want in all the devices it should fit properly. So HTML says like I have little problem on that part. Limitation on property and values. Then CSS just sitting behind that. CSS says like HTML, don't worry. You have limitation on property and value, and I have only property and value. Correct. So what we'll do? Let's handshake. You take the tags and I'll give you the property value. Mix together and fulfill the user requirement. Okay. So I wrote here what? The HTML tag has limited property and values. Now CSS is required to fill the limitation of property and values. VLEVES we can write. CSS is required to fill the property. Right. Now let me write here. I'll write another line that will make some proper sense. So let me write here called responsive web page. Responsive word represent those web page, that website that work in all the devices. Open the just dial in laptop, it will fit properly. Open the just dial in mobile, there also it will fit properly. Okay. Suppose you open the Flipkart in mobile, fit properly. Open the Flipkart in laptop, fit properly. That meaning page is responsive. According to device, it's rearranging the content and user is not in the trouble to browse the page. That meaning is what? Responsive. Okay. So I wrote a responsive web page. How you are going to make in the future? Definitely from HTML, we will take this one, call it tags. Because HTML says I have a lot of tags. And tag is already dealing with the browser. Okay, so let the tag to deal with the browser. Okay, and on the top of that, CSS will take, and from CSS will take this one, property and values. So property value will come from the CSS, and HTML tags will come from the HTML. Combined together, and after that, that's all. Your responsive page is ready. Okay, so now next line I'll write here. Okay, so you can keep writing also. If it's not very fast, I'm running. I'm just following you only. Teaching work, I don't know whether you have feelings up to that level or not. It's a difficult task. Working like as a developer, sitting in the corner, writing the code, convincing to the system is easy. But delivering the knowledge from my mind to 20 people mind is a difficult task. In that, 20 people are of different education, different platform, different mindset, different thought, positive, negative, everything, correct? So now content should get delivered in such a way, it should be captured by everyone. Okay, right? Next, after that, next point we have. So this responsive part I'm leaving here. Now I'm coming inside the HTML. So when we write college tags, as a question, what is this? Okay. So the tag is this one only. Within angle bracket, whatever we are going to write, it will be called as this one, open tag. Okay. And in angle bracket only, with the slash we are going to write something, it will be called as a close tag. Starting is without slash, ending is with slash. I have not mentioned any name here because in the future we are also going to create our own. Now we are going to follow the predefined. But once time will come, we'll get many knowledge on the technology, then we can create our own. Then user defined tag, predefined tag. Both look like this only. Okay. The name what we are going to write inside, if it is made by us, then we can say the user defined. If it is made by HTML researcher, then we can say the predefined. Okay. Right. So you can write this one. This is for a tag. Now from here, my 6 rules start. What will help you to understand the HTML easily? The 6 point will start from here. Okay, now let's go. We'll write the first point number 1 called type of tags in HTML. How many types of tags? How many tags are there that someone can count and show you? But how many tags? How many types of tags? Okay, what I wrote. Type of tags in HTML. Yeah, that's the right question. How many type of tag we have? Okay. Now let's come to your day-to-day life example. Day-to-day life example, we will come back. When you open the Facebook, okay, it's also web page only. When you open the Facebook, what you do in that? You chat with someone, you will type some message, deliver will happen to other person. He will type some message, deliver to happen to you. There, when you type message, you enter something. That is called the input. When your message will get delivered to someone, for him it's becoming the output. When he will type the message, input for him, and that message will come to you, output for you. Okay. When you post something in the Facebook, photo, birthday photo here and there, that's become input for you. Correct? Your friend will see the photo, that becomes a output. Come out from the Facebook now, go to the Gmail. In Gmail, what do? You write an email to someone. While writing the email, we write so many things. That's called the input. There also type of inputs are different. Okay, sometimes we write text, sometimes we upload the photo, sometimes we upload the file. So those types of inputs are different or not. Next, you send an email to someone. Person will receive the email. For him, it's becoming the output. So 2 platforms of what we are doing, input and output. Come to the YouTube now. In YouTube, assume like suppose I upload some video. While uploading the video, YouTube will ask me, what is the video title? What is the video category? When you recorded? Okay, your video is published or not published, private or public. Write some description for that. Write some keyword. Then someone will search in YouTube, your video will come. Correct? So those all, and then select your video. Okay, what you are going to upload, right? Now those input, what when I uploading the video, what are the details I give, all is called a input. But when the video will become published and people will watch it, that's called a output. Okay, so 3 platforms you saw. Now come to the one more platform. Okay, Flipkart you. What do? You buy something from there. We buy the product, we see the photo, we see the description. Right? So when if vendor, seller who sell the product, they will log in, they will select the photo, they will write the product name, they'll put the price, the description, everything they'll keep, and after that they'll upload it. So for them, the seller who is uploading the product in the Flipkart, that's called the input for them. We go, we browse the photo, we compare here, there, right? Then become the output for us. Again, when you do add to cart, That's become input for you. Correct? You are doing as an input, means you are selecting something. You go to the cart, see the items, increase, decrease the item, and again place the order. That becomes still input for you. Now your details, product details, will display to the seller again as an order. For him becomes an output. So in entire life till date, whatever the web application we have browsed, you have gone through, plus we are going through the two assets only. Input and output. Yes, I agree. Type of input is different. Then only the type of output will be different. Correct? Sometimes you enter a mobile number, sometimes you upload the photo, sometimes you upload a file, word file, sometimes you upload a something, video, audio. So these all are type of inputs are different or not. Text numbers, what input we upload, similar way we display the output also. And here our web technology what says, web technology says like, if you are going to display the information in the browser, HTML is responsible for that. And HTML is responsible for that for what purpose? Display the output and collect the input. And inside HTML, what we found? We found predefined tags. So indirectly, now if anyone asks from you, what are the type of HTML tags you have? Then with full confidence, you say, in my entire life, I have gone through the two processes on internet, input and output. So all the HTML tag belong to two groups. One is called input tag, another one is called output tag. No further anymore there. If anyone asks how, then you can prove it. Open the Facebook. Okay. And what you will do here? He will say, I will chat with someone. That's called input here. To whom you are chatting, your message will go to him. That's called output for him. Go to the Flipkart, buy a product, you will do the input, you will see the photo, that's become output. Go to the YouTube, watch a video, that's become output. Whoever has uploaded for them, it's become input. So everywhere we process through the two things only, and that is input and output. Data you want to display in the browser, for that HTML is responsible. Correct? So overall, HTML tags are going to divide into how many types? One is called input tags, and another one is called as output tags, right? Input tags and output tags. Input tag and output tag, right? Now with the help of input tag, what we do, we'll write a note here. Okay, it used to collect different type of input from user. It used to collect different type of input from user. Right. Again, with the help of output tag, you can say it used to display different type of output to user. But don't forget to write via web browser. Because browser is the main platform where every execution will happen. Okay, so I added in the last via web browser. So input tag, it used to collect the input, different type of input from user.